Oh, that was a good episode. Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my spoiler review for the finale, episode 8 of The Last Kingdom. Before we begin, there will be spoilers for this episode and potentially for some bits during the book as well. So if you haven't read the book and you haven't seen the episode, make sure you go and read and watch them before checking out my review. So we come to the final episode, The Last Kingdom, and Uhtred and all these other characters as well. We start off with them, with Alfred and him and the guys rallying, basically going off to find warriors and knights, and they all join up together to take on the Danes in the final act of the episode. On the travels, Uhtred and everybody else, they go back to the homestead, his land that he's got, which has been completely wrecked. No one else is there, there's a couple of dead people on the floor. And then he goes into his home, can't find anyone there, completely gone. So he assumes that Mildred is either dead or she's gone. And then he goes round the back of the house and finds this small grave with a cross, and he doesn't want to believe it. He's peeling away, and then he finds out that it's his child, and his child had died. A little bit different from what they did in the book. In the book he was told about it and then he went and found out and then he grieved. But in this they decided to crack on with it and get him to figure it out himself, which is fine. It's just a minor detail. And it was just a really good moment, really emotional moment, because he really did cry his eyes out, and it was a really good seeing the emotional range of the actor. And it sort of comes in and comforts him and everything. And then later on you actually find out that it's because she saved Alfred's child and obviously having to sacrifice another, and it ended up being his son, which really sucks. Which then leads to them having sex because she doesn't want to have her powers anymore. She's sick of seeing into the future, so they end up making love and she loses her power, which plays a plot point later on in the episode. We also find out that Otto has actually got a truce with the Danes, that he's kind of like just trying to put it flat and everything, but he's trying to slowly take over from Alfred, and without Alfred knowing about it, he's basically betraying him, to be honest, and he's just becoming more of a prick that we knew he was to begin with. Then later on, Uhtred and Lilfrid confront him inside like this big homestead with all the people around him. His father comes back as well, and he's there. Arguments start. Otto starts getting really cocky about it, saying, "What is Alfred king of? He's king of a swamp. He's king of mud. Nothing. I'm taking over." All this kind of stuff. Getting really cocky. Alfred's in the background just watching with his hood up, and then his father comes over and stabs him in the chest and kills him because he realises he's going crazy, and with his truce with the Danes that he's going to betray everybody basically. Again, they've changed it in the books, because in the books someone else kills him. At the last minute he swings round and slices his neck just before his father says, do it quickly for my sake, and then he dies. Again, a slight change in the book, but I kind of like this change, to be honest. Having his father do it is quite cool because it shows his loyalty to Alfred, and it shows the fact that I know you're my son, but you are crazy and you are going to get us all killed, so I have to stop you. Now further back, Guthrum tries to tell Ethelwald, the dead king's son, to go and kill Alfred, which later on when he, with Alfred and Uhtred and everybody else in the camp, he walks up as Alfred's like kind of looking out on the hill waiting for the rest of the warriors to come. He goes to do that, and then he backs out of it and just stands next to Alfred as everybody comes, all the warriors come, and he's like horseback and everything. It's really quite awesome. So it kind of shows that, yeah, I really don't like Alfred for taking my spot, but I've got to respect him because he's doing a really good job, and he's kind of left at that with him. Just before the battle begins, Alfred does a really awesome speech, and at the end of it says that there will be no mercy, and you get the whole crowd shouting no mercy constantly, just really intimidating, really building you up ready for the fight. It was awesome. And finally we get to the big battle we've all been looking forward to. Shield walls, blood, guts, the lot. Really good, really awesome. And it kind of, we've got the two shield walls that crash into each other, and it's just like it's really like strategic stabbings and everything, and really not letting up either way. Then an axe gets through and cuts Lilfrid on the side of the neck, and I was like, oh god. And I thought, nah. And then he peels back out of the way of the shield wall. They carry on, and I thought, nah, he'll survive. So it's a big cut down here, but I thought maybe if someone patches him up, he'll be all right or something. Then later on, a couple of steps later, he's there just saying no mercy, and then passes out, and I thought, God, they've killed him, and it sucks that he's dead, because I really enjoy the character of Lilfrid, and it sucks that he's not here anymore. And then you've got, I think it's Stepper, the kind of warrior Dane guy with the blood in his teeth, obviously part of the Dane fighting, and he's on horseback, and then he realises if he peels around the back and goes to the little campsite where all the women and children are, he can use that as leverage. He goes and starts attacking them, and he sees Isolde and starts chasing her, while this whole shield wall thing is going off in front. Everyone's completely unaware. Later on, you've got Uhtred still inside the shield wall, killing off people, and then Snipper comes back on his horse, and then he goes, "I have a present for you," and he goes, "What is it?" And then he lifts up Isolde's head. He's killed her, and I was proper shocked. I didn't think they'd kill her off, but he just said, "I brought your queen," and lifted up her head, cut off, and then you just see the anger and the frustration, just such an anger inside Uhtred's head. He's like, and he goes mental. He just breaks out from the shield wall, dives towards their shield wall. He leaps over, goes straight over the top, spreads it out, starts killing about 12 or 13 other people, and then everybody goes in. The massive war starts ensuing, and it's just so awesome. He manages to kill that Steeper guy. I can't pronounce his name. I apologise for butchering it. Stabs him straight in the chest. Really awesome. More fighting. Even Ethelwald's killing. Even that nun girl is killing people as well. Then someone tries to kill Ragnar, and he knocks him out of the way and saves him. So he's still got that respect for Ragnar, which is pretty damn awesome. And then the fight just continues, and then just kind of ends abruptly. After the fight, one of the first things we see is Lolfric dead, and he puts the sword together with him, and he said he makes sure he wants to have a warrior's funeral. And then we've got Isolde, and he said, "I'll build a pyre and burn her," which obviously we see later on. It's really quite sad that she's gone, because he's lost everything now. He's lost his child, his friend, and his lover, and it's just, I don't understand how this guy's carrying on, to be honest. After the war is won, Guthrum decides to get himself baptised. He's part of the Christian God and everything now, so he's on Alfred's side by the looks of it, and that's all fallen apart. And then Ragnar and Breda are imprisoned as well, and you still get that moment of respect. He walks up to Ragnar and in prison. They touch heads and hold each other's hand, and just there's still that love and respect. And it's like, yeah, you're in there because of me, but it's because of me you're still alive, kind of thing. And it's really nice to see that. I always love the relationship between these two. And then the final shot is Uhtred, the nun, and then this warrior kid as well, which we met earlier on in the episode. Just the three of them going off on horseback together, where he says, "Destiny is all," and then bang, it's over. And that is the end of the second book and the first season of The Last Kingdom. I really enjoyed this last episode. It was full of action, full of emotion, and some pretty big shockers considering 3 main characters died in one episode. Leofric, Isolde, and Oda, all dead. Now, I always give a star rating. I haven't done it for previous episodes, but I'm doing it for the full series as a whole. And I really enjoyed this series. It's built up quite well. It's come from the books quite well. And I'm definitely going to give it 4 stars. So that's what I thought of the finale for The Last Kingdom. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.